Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Currently 71 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour winds, and 26% humidity here in the northwest of Las Vegas. And welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's David Carroll. I'm a licensed real estate agent and realtor with a company called Signature Real Estate Group. And I have my co-host today with me. Please introduce yourself, Jenna.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenna Lavecchia, and I'm a mortgage lender with Luminate Home Loans.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for a resale home out there, you're looking for a home loan to get pre-qualified, she's the one to call. Jenna, tell me, how long have you been in the industry?
10 years.
Wow. 10 years time does fly. But I can remember 10 years was back in 2014, so maybe 3 or 4 years after the 08 recession. Mm-hmm. How were loans back then in 2014?
So rates were actually pretty close to the same. Rates were 4 and 5%. Even some 6s. Prices were a lot lower back then, but I would say that buyers shopping in the market was actually pretty similar. It was a lot more stable and healthy of a market back then, and it sometimes reminds me of the market now.
So a lot of similarities between 2014 and 2024. It just sounds strange saying 2024. Where have the last few years gone? And we're going to talk about it because today in the Las Vegas Home Show, we're going to have a few different segments we're going to go into. We're going to go into the weekend review. Me and Jenna are just going to chat, kind of catch up on what's been going on out there in our business. Then we're going to go straight into the market watch, and that's where we're going to see the data. We're going to pull up the data, and then we're going to go into mortgages with Jenna. Super excited to hear some of her stories here. And then we got the new home spotlight. We're going to take a quick look at the hot sheet, and at the very end of the show, we're going to talk about what's next. What's next to come for the Las Vegas New Home Show, or the Las Vegas Home Show, episode number 1. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So Jenna, tell me a little bit about what's been going on with you in business this week.
So I've had a great week. I have one buyer who's getting ready to close on Monday, and then I have another buyer who just found their home and went into contract this week.
So you're working with 2 buyers currently right now?
More than 2, but just this week I would say those were the 2 highlights.
Yep. So, I do have a few questions for you, and I kind of wanted to save this for the mortgage moment, but since I got the questions here, I got the questions right here, everybody. So let's go ahead and ask Jenna, what's going on with rates? Tell me a little bit about what you think now and in the future. What do you think?
So right now we're seeing rates 6 and 7%. Last year they hit an all-time high of 8%. So rates are a little bit lower this year. They were forecasted to go down even lower by the end of the year. So our fingers are crossed for that. If I could see them get to at least 6% by the end of the year, rates. Yeah, in the 6s, I'd be
hard to tell, right? Because the Fed and the government, they have so much control.
Yeah.
And they're just constantly pulling strings. And I don't really watch the MBS market reports too much. I'm not a lender, I'm a realtor, so I kind of stay in my lane. But Jenna's all about that. But I do have another question for you, Jenna. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing with home prices today in this market?
So I feel like they've stabilized actually, and when rates were 2 and 3%, so a lot in 2021 we were seeing it. People were paying over list price, and when a lot of buyers were shopping, there was a lot of competition. People were offering $40,000 over, and so that was driving prices up. Now I feel like it's stabilized and it's just healthy.
Definitely, I would agree with you. Stabilized, and I actually said that exact word about 3 months ago because I follow the market every day. I'm always looking at the data. But this month, we're actually trending back up about a 5 or 6% increase. Okay. So the prices just they won't go down. I don't know, guys. Are grocery prices ever going to go down at the grocery store?
I don't think the prices will ever dip.
I don't know.
Low.
I think we hit a new level of high out here in Las Vegas. And there's so much money coming around the whole country coming into Las Vegas. We have so many buyers and they need a home. Mm-hmm. Now, in this next question I have for you, I want to ask you, out-of-state buyers. If I'm an out-of-state buyer and I'm looking to buy a home in Vegas, what's the difference between a primary and secondary home?
So primary is if you intend to live in the property as your primary residence, so all year round. If you are looking to move out here, you want to just make sure you have work lined up. Usually you can buy a primary property with the least amount down, so anywhere from 3 to 5%. Mm-hmm. But you just want to make sure you have work lined up out here. So if you're with a company, you can transfer. You just want to start taking those steps.
You definitely need that like for like work if you wanted to buy as a primary home. And that's what I tell a lot of people all the time. Are you going to be in the same job coming to Vegas? Because if it's a different line of work, that has an effect, right?
Yeah. And you just want to have something lined up. You don't have to actually be working there yet, but like have the job offer and have everything ready to go. Or if you work remote, then you can work from anywhere.
And what do you think about, how is that different from the second home?
So with a second home, you're intending to occupy the property throughout some of the year, but not all the time. When you're not in the property, you can do short-term rental or whatever you'd like to do in it, but it's more so based off of intent. And with a second home, the minimum down payment is 10%.
10%. And that's a great question. I'm glad you brought up the 10% down, because I do talk to a lot of investors on the phone as well. And there's a little bit of difference between the second home and the investment property, correct?
Correct.
What is the biggest difference in rates? Or not rates, but how much we have to put down as a percentage?
So with a second home, it's the 10%. And then with an investment property, minimum is 20%.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. So I still got more questions, Jenna. You're not off the hook yet. So I think I want to save this one for last. But so how long have you been in the business? You already told me that 10 years. But I want to know what's next for Jenna. What's to come? What's next? What's the next episode of your life? Are you going to be a lender forever?
I want to continue building my business and then eventually build a team. I like teaching and I like helping others achieve their goals. So eventually build a team and then continue building my brand.
Love it. And by the way, I want to show you guys real quick, if we can pull it up, talking about Jenna's brand. So if I pull up, here is her Instagram. Take a look, give her a follow. She'll definitely help you out. Now, a lot of photos on here. You let me know what you think down below, but they are all great, very professional. Why are you laughing? I do want to show you one that I saw earlier, though, that really stood out. Oh, yeah. So it's this one right here. Mm-hmm. She's got 97 hearts on it. A lot of people love her. But here's the thing. She told me that she has a passion for dancing.
Yes.
So I definitely want to get in later and just kind of find out, something personal about Jenna, for sure. But with that being said, we have just showed you the market watch, but we have a couple segments on the Las Vegas Home Show today. We just did the week in review. Me and Jenna's kind of talk about what's going on. Then we're going to have the market watch, mortgages with Jenna is another segment. We're going to have the new home spotlight, and this one's definitely my favorite. Then we're going to go over any completed, under construction, brand new homes that are on the market, and then tell you a little bit about what's next, what's the future of the Las Vegas Home Show, and will you see us on episode number 2? That is the question. Now, let's jump right into the market watch.
So we're going to start with month's supply of homes for sale.
Absolutely. So this first slide we have here is the month's supply of inventory. It is a 5-year chart because I really wanted to show you the difference between 2019 and 2024. So at the beginning, we're about 2.7. Right before the pandemic, we shot up with inventory, and then the FOMO buying started. This in 2020, it got real. I want to say it was about February. Do you remember exactly when the pandemic started?
2020 was like March, April.
Mm-hmm. So it was wild because I started doing video tours about 4 months before that, and I never stopped. But anyway, to show you, inventory month's supply of inventory was the lowest in 2022. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because that was the moment the interest rates spiked. Mm-hmm. And then we started growing more inventory. And that's what everyone's thinking, right? We're getting more inventory. Are we going to have too much inventory and run into another problem? But look what's happening now. The inventory's going right back down. Let's go ahead and jump on to the next slide.
Next slide is median sales price.
Yep, so we're looking at the 5-year again, median sales price. I'll hide me just for a second. We started out at under 300 in 2019, and we're at 450,000.
And then we have average days on market.
Average days. This is a good one to look at, and a lot of these slides are what I bring to my appointments whenever I'm going on a listing appointment and talking with my seller. Because, firsthand, I'm in the market every single day. I get to see it firsthand, but there's nothing like pulling up the data. So this is average days on the market, 1-year slide, so this is kind of narrowing it up. And we're looking at about 37 days on the market. What do you think when you think of low days on the market, Jenna?
More buyers are coming to the market.
Absolutely. Let's jump on to the next one. So what do we have here?
Average days on market.
Average days on the market, we're looking at the 5-year graph, and this is another great graph, everybody. Again, I wanted to pull it up for 2019, so it really shows that full spread of what's been going on in the market. But really, the average days on the market went off the charts after the pandemic. 2022, right before the rates shot up. It's pretty wild. Right now, we're currently sitting at about 37 days on the market. And what do we got next?
Showings per listing.
Showings per listing. This is another great one for you sellers out there, so you can kind of get an idea of the momentum in the market. This is a 1-year graph. So right now, the showings are going up. And just like Jenna's been saying, what do we have out there?
More buyers come in the market. We're also in spring market, which is usually the busiest time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. The spring market is definitely lit up. And a lot of the phone calls I get, I don't know if all of y'all are ready yet. We definitely need to get you pre-qualified through Jenna first, because you almost get sticker shock in this market. A house, $500,000 with a 7% rate and 3.5% down. Hang on tight. That's why you got to call Jenna, get your finances in order, and work with her to see what we can. Let's jump on to the next slide. Now we've got Jenna's moment here. Let's go ahead and pull up the widescreen. So this is where we're going to get into mortgages with Jenna. I'm super stoked for this. She even created her own images. It's pretty spot on. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this first slide we have here is news and strategies in the mortgage industry. Again, her and her assistant, they have a great team working on all this. And that's one thing I really do appreciate about Jenna. Look at this slide. She's got the microphone. She's got the YouTube play button. Jenna at her finest. I love it. There is some black words under there, but we won't talk about those. Let's go ahead and jump into the next slide. Now, she is going to talk about some down payment assistance programs. And then what do we have next? Yep, how down payment assistance can help. Let's talk briefly, just real quick, about down payment assistance.
Yeah, so there's a lot of incentives right now for first-time home buyers. There's a lot of different down payment assistance programs. A couple years ago, there weren't near as many. So there's ones through the state. There's also ones that are just through investors and banks. And it can help first-time home buyers with 2 to 5% of the down payment. So they're keeping more money in pocket and they're able to get into the home.
No, that's awesome. And one thing I wanted to ask you is, I remember years ago when the down payment assistance was very popular, I feel like the rates were higher.
And they were. Sometimes, it just depending on the program, they are high. But I've noticed in the past year, they've really become competitive. And now the rate isn't much higher for most of them than where we're at anyways.
So the rates are a little bit lower on the down payment. What about, do I have to repay the loan after 2 years? Or tell me about that kind of thing.
So it just depends which one that we use. It used to be a lot more straightforward, but now there's so many different kinds. So there are some where they're paid back over 10 years. There are some that they're forgivable after 7 years. There's some now that they're not forgivable until 30 years. So that's why when I'm working with a buyer, I just look at what the best options are for them and then go from there.
So you kind of just take every loan case by case basis.
And they all have so many different rules on like income limits or even areas sometimes. So I look at all of them and then find the best ones for each buyer.
And just because you offer the down payment assistance doesn't always mean it's the best loan program to take, right?
Nope. And that's something I always chat with them about too.
Very good. So I do have one more question for you. And I do want to pull up the slide, see what else we got here on the board. So we have, what is this slide about, Jenna?
So it is, I'm doing a promo right now for teachers and for nurses, dentists, and doctors, giving a $1,000 lender credit that goes towards closing costs if you buy and close before August 30th, 2024. Just a little appreciation for everyone that works so hard.
Now on this next slide, go ahead and jump to the next slide, Jenna. So we got some music symbols. So I definitely wanted to bring Jenna on the show, and I told her, let's come with a couple topics to talk about, but I also want to know something personal about you. I already showed you her Instagram. Let's see. Let's jump back over there just real quick. This is her Instagram. And how do they find you on Instagram, just to start?
First name dot last name. So Jenna, a period, Jenna, and then Lavecchia is my last name.
Yeah, definitely go follow her on Instagram if you're on that platform, and leave her a comment. Let her know you found her on the new home show or the Las Vegas home show. We would love that. Now, tell me about music, Jenna.
Yeah, so one of my biggest passions is music.
Like, what kind of music?
I like so many different kinds of music, but rap, hip hop, house music, a little bit of country.
Jenna's definitely a hip hop girl, guys.
A little bit, sometimes even like 90s alternative. So just a little bit of everything. Depends on my mood.
That's awesome. And I know you wanted to talk about this in the next show, but I want to bring it up now since I showed your, where was it? You were suited up right here. Tell me about dance and what is it, or just in general, did I lose it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there's Jenna. How long ago was that, by the way?
Oh, like probably a year or so, a little over a year.
And you were dancing here. Tell us a little about what's going
so
on.
I love dancing. Dancing is another passion of mine, and it kind of goes hand in hand with music. But I love dancing. I took dance classes when I was younger, and then I have a good friend, and she teaches Commit Dance Fitness. So I'll go to her classes, and that's fun. It's a little bit of a workout, a little bit. That's actually where that picture's from. But
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Fantastic. Let's see what we got for the next slides here. And what do we have here? So I told Jenna, give me something personal. Give me something close to your heart. And obviously we all know she works out. She's looking great. She loves her fitness and her dance, and she loves music, hip hop. So this is a little bit of something about what I love, the Cybertruck. It's so polarizing. It's not for everybody. I'm probably losing subscribers right now, but this Cybertruck is so amazing. This was actually my first time seeing the Cybertruck in person, and we will see you on the other side. I definitely hope you guys give me a call and we can go out, tour in the Cybertruck. But what do we got next, Jenna? Now, this next segment we're going to jump into is my favorite segment. This is called the New Home Spotlight. First image I have on screen is all the new construction here in Las Vegas, a total of 162 communities. But I do want to tell you that not all the builders do subscribe to the New Home Source. So there's probably a little over 200. There's a couple that come on and off, but you got to definitely check out this. Super powerful for searching new construction. But we'll pull it up again, 162. And I want to say I'm not too familiar with other markets because I definitely try to stay in my own market. But I don't think there's another city like this with new construction around the whole city. You tell me, link me below if you can show me a map of how all the new construction does. Vegas is an amazing place. So many people come to Vegas.
So many new builds right now.
Yeah, and I love it. By the way, I just bought my new build. I'm loving it. So I am your expert in new home construction. That's for sure. Now, pulling up the Monument and Reserve, this is one of the communities I wanted to highlight on our New Home Spotlight. Now, Monument's some beautiful new Pulte products. When I first saw them, they're new townhomes that are Pulte is building, and they're pretty fantastic. But I do want to show you here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the video. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm David Carroll, your Las Vegas realtor with Signature Real Estate Group. So this is
welcome to Monument
at Reserve
at Reverence by Pulte Homes. Have a look around.
They got the whole, I think it's like
beautiful
an
new design townhomes here in
where you can sit out
Summerlin West.
It feels so Roman. It takes me back to like, oh man.
Now here at Monument, they have a total of 168
here, right off the
home sites
here in Las Vegas.
You got 4 plexes, 6
Summerlin,
plexes, and 8 plexes, all townhome community.
Now within the HOA, will
pause
that. We'll jump back into the next slide. So again, just some photos of the exterior. I definitely wanted to show you that drone view. And I know you guys have already seen it on the channel. If you haven't seen it on the channel, definitely go to David Carroll, New Homes, and you will find it. What else do we got next here? So more exterior. I did want to show you this because this shows you their base prices. And then also they have quite a few spec new construction coming up as well. So I want to say it's like 45 to 60 days move-in on some of the spec. Now, if you're building from dirt, 5 to 6 months roughly. Now, the one I wanted to highlight, let's go ahead and jump on to the next slide, is the Danbury right in the middle. It is an interior unit, so it's not your favorite end cap, but it's got the rooftop deck, and it's probably mid-priced between the other models. So very beautiful. And this is the interior. We'll just kind of jump right through these slides. Very cool. Very modern homes. I do love Pulte. What a great builder. Great options for sure. Now this next one we're going to highlight in our New Home Spotlight is Cordillera. These are 3- and 4-story townhomes by Toll Brothers. And let's go ahead and pull up Cordillera here. Here's the image, but here is the video. And let's take a look.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm David Carroll, your Las Vegas realtor with Signature Real Estate Group.
By Toll Brothers
and
here
welcome to
Cordillera. A lot of
by Toll Brothers here in Summerlin West. This is the Red Point Villages. This is their luxury 3-story townhome products.
Now we're going to go ahead and stop that and jump back in. Let's go ahead and just run through those slides, Jenna. Beautiful quartz top on that one. Go back to that quartz top. This is the kitchen on one of the homes in the Cordillera community. And they are high-end. Look at those stacked uppers, 42-inch with the 18-inch on top. Beautiful. Now, this next community we're going to take a look at or actually this is the same community. So they do have 2 floor plans, I believe, right now that they are selling, the Luciano and the Renato. This kind of shows some of their quick movements. I do want to mention though, fire sale action looks like they dropped it $30,000 in price, so they're getting ready to move them. They are building out there. Beautiful interior. We'll just skip through these interior photos. They got the courtyards, the balcony. It's so beautiful. Very tall ceilings. I think they have 10 and 12 foot ceilings in there. Modern windows.
Yeah, I like those windows.
Like, can you imagine waking, or that's the sunset view when you're sitting right there and the sunset goes down. I did want to show you their floor plans. We're gonna go through these quickly, but you got the ground floor, which is garage and a possible bedroom. Then you have the second floors where you have your dining area, great room, balcony, and kitchen. Third floor is your bedroom, so you're gonna have the primary suite and 2 additional secondaries. And then on the top, we've got the rooftop terrace. I can't remember exactly, don't quote me, but I think it's about 70,000 on that option. I'll have to double check. And what do we got next? So this next one we got here is Trilogy at Sunstone. I do want to bring you back over to the computer. This is Trilogy at Sunstone.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm David Carroll.
Make sure we got the right
Realtor
address.
With Signature Real Estate Group. And welcome to Trilogy at Sunstone by Shea Homes. Northwest Las Vegas homes.
So that's the Crescendo, everybody, here at Trilogy and Sunstone. It's a brand new product they have. They have a condo product. Now at Trilogy at Sunstone, I got to tap Jenna. Come on, Jenna, let's go. Now, Trilogy at Sunstone, they do have quite a bit of different products. They have single family, they have detached townhomes, and they have the new condo product. Now, what we're looking at here is actually the restaurant as part of the Trilogy at Sunstone. It is a 55 plus active adult community. They're actually going to be putting in a brand new restaurant. They got a lot of facilities, way too much to talk about it right now, but I'll leave some information down below. Now, this list is so long, I had to turn the iPad straight just to get all the floor plans on there, but you can kind of take a look at their inventory here. And then if we zoom in, we do got some quick movements. So right around that 660, 750, maybe high 500s in price. Again, they have quite a bit of product, depending on if you want that 40 foot, that 45 or 50 foot set. What do we got next? And then that's the exterior building of the Crescendo. It's an interior unit in the middle, top floor, but it's the only one with the elevator. And those views are spectacular. Let's go ahead and jump on it. This is the interior. This picture does not do it justice.
Gorgeous.
It is. Like, what do you think? Like, tell me about it, Jenna. What do you think?
I like that I'm seeing browns make a comeback for it, because I feel like for so long it was a lot of like grays and whites and blacks, which I love too. But
those kind of look like my cabinets, don't they?
Yeah, I like
that's
the
funny.
style. It's pretty.
Yep. So we're looking at like a shaker style with the stacked upper. That's 2 options there. That extended island with that upgraded quartz. 5 bar stools. You could probably go 6. Got the gourmet kitchen, vent hood. This home is fully loaded. So the prices on the Crescendo are around $639, but in reality they're coming in around $850 to $900. The builder is speccing them, so these options do get expensive. Let's go ahead and jump on to the next one.
Round of slides.
All right, so we're out of slides. So the next thing I want to get into, everybody, is I want to pull up the hot sheet. So let's go ahead and jump over to the computer. All right, now on this map, we're looking at all the completed new homes here in the Las Vegas area. So every once in a while, I like to pull up and kind of to see what the inventory is looking like out there. Now, just know that the builders don't show all their inventory, so it's really about case-by-case basis with each community. Total of 58 home sites, and we'll go ahead and jump into the next slide. Oh, we don't have a slide. So this next one we have here is all the under construction homes. We got 346 currently building in the market, and again, it's not really a true representation, but they're always constantly building out here. So I guess the question, Jenna, is what's next for the Las Vegas Home Show? Did we do all right today?
I think so. This is our first time. I think we did really good, especially for our first time, and then we'll be doing it weekly, and hopefully in like 8 to 10 episodes we'll go live.
I'm super stoked. And definitely our first, so be easy on us, but it's crucial you give us your feedback below. I can't even talk at the end of the show. Definitely leave us your feedback below. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. And Jenna, do you want to take it away with anything about the New Home Show? What did you get from the New Home Show today?
So I think it's really valuable information, and it's a lot of fun.
Yep. And I want to thank you guys for joining. This is episode 1 of the Las Vegas Home Show. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.